Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Triangle Strategy running on Nintendo Switch. Oh, and I did go back and check Octopath Traveler. And yeah, it does have the same softer visuals, unlike like the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox version of Octopath Traveler. Makes sense, since that was the the launch platform was the Switch, and then later on they added a couple high resolution and some additional effects. Nothing too terribly important, but I imagine it'll be the same thing when this game also hits other platforms. Lord Simon, head of House Wolffort, welcomes Frederica into his home, both as his future daughter-in-law and symbol of Glenbrook and Asphrost's unity. Castle Wolffort Cabinet.
Father, I bring to you my betrothed, the Lady Frederica.
A pleasure to meet you, my lord. I am Frederica of House Asphrust.
Ho ho, the pleasure is all mine.
Were it not for the efforts of House Wolffort, the Saltiron War would rage on still today. I do not deserve the honor of joining your esteemed family, but I will endeavor to serve you all the same.
There is no need for such formalities, my girl. You are tired from your journey, I am sure. Pray rest easy tonight.
Thank you, my lord. I believe that in any journey, the first step is the most important. Before we go forward together, I should like to know why you chose to welcome one of Rosellan blood, such as I.
Oh, I'd heard you were a strong-willed one.
Pray forgive my insolence. And yet, I am set to marry into a mighty house of a foreign nation. I should like to know what you wish of me, that I might live up to your expectations.
A most reasonable request. Both of you, listen well.
Yes, Father.
Your marriage was agreed upon by Glenbrook and Asphrust, that the ties between our two nations might be strengthened.
To give us more leverage against Hyzant with their monopoly over salt.
Precisely. With Glenbrook and Asphrust consolidating their power, Hyzant was left with little choice but to join the alliance. And yet, while Lady Frederica is indeed the Archduke's sister, at the same time she is the daughter of a Rosellan concubine. And House Wolffort, for all our military prowess, is no more than a bannerman of the king. If the aim was to forge the strongest bond we could between our two nations,
It would be far more appropriate for my sister, Lady Erica, to wed the Crown Prince of Glenbrook.
just so, yet neither nation chose that. And do you know why?
So that if relations between our two countries were to take a turn for the worse...
We could be cast away like pawns.
Precisely. Such are the schemes of those who rule nations.
I understand now. And yet, no matter how impure the intentions behind this arrangement may be, I will not bring dishonor to the Wolffort name.
Well said, my son. If that is your decision, then...
Father!
Lord Simon!
I am an old man, and my health is not what it once was. For this reason and more, I have made my decision. As of this day, I abdicate my position as Lord of House Wolffort. You will serve in my stead from tomorrow forth, my son.
But, Father, I am not ready to...
My decision is not made lightly. You have already shown me, with your words and your deeds, that you are more than ready. Think always about what your subjects need from you. Weigh your choices carefully, then take action. Do so, and I have no doubt you will make a great lord. And trust in Benedict. He shall serve you as well as he did me.
Thank you, Father. I will spare no effort that one day I may be as beloved by our people as you.
Lady Frederica, your fate is not a simple one. There are many who would try to use the both of you as pawns in their own schemes. Even so, I hope that you will be there to support my son through it all, as his wife, but also as your own person. This is House Wolffort's entreaty, and the wish of a father.
Of course, my lord. It was my intention from the moment I boarded the ship.
Beg pardon, my lord, but Lord Jagan and Minister Lila have arrived.
Very well. Presiding over tonight's banquet will be my final duty as Lord of the House. Tomorrow's ceremony will mark the beginning of yours, my son. And after that will be your wedding. Rest well tonight, both of you, for busy days lie ahead.
A young hawk's soar is completed.
Years after the salt iron raged across Norzelia, a vein of precious minerals was unearthed in the kingdom of Glenbrook. From east to west, joy swept the land. United at last in common cause, the kingdom of Glenbrook, the Grand Duchy of Esfrost, and the holy state of Hyzant endeavored to wrest this bounty from the earth, with each nation providing expertise and resources. This uneasy alliance between once bitter enemies will herald a new era of tranquility in this long and battled realm. One after another, dignitaries from each nation arrive in Glenbrook to solidify this accord and toast to its success, the first step on the road to peace. Among those who would forge this road is Serenoa Wolffort. Inheriting the title of Lord Wolffort from his father Simon, he must decide what foundation he would lay for this new era.
Chapter 2. To arms, brave warriors. Castle Wolffort, Hall.
Welcome to Castle Wolffort, Minister Lila. Allow me to express my gratitude to the Holy State. Were it not for your nation's generous efforts, this venture would never have come to fruition.
You are too kind, Lord Simon. You too have served an invaluable role in this. Though I must admit, the news of the union between your son and Lady Frederica came as quite the surprise. None in Hyzant considered that a bannerman of Glenbrook would join with the ruling family of Esfrost. I hear that Lady Frederica is the Archduke's half-sister. I must ask, how did this arrangement come to be?
Your curiosity is only natural. This union was promised during the war, an arrangement made with the previous Archduke. Truth be told, I am surprised one as well informed as yourself did not already know.
And this is your son, as I recall.
Serenoa Wolffort, at your service, Minister.
And I am Frederica Esfrost.
My son still has much to learn, but I believe this marriage will herald a bright future for us all. For today, I intend to step down and leave House Wolffort in Serenoa's capable hands.
You're abdicating your position? Surprising news comes in pairs, I see. Nonetheless, I am happy for you both. I imagine the lords and ladies at tonight's banquet will take great interest in the new Lord Wolffort, as will I.
Pray, go easy on the boy, my lady.
I hear that young Lord Dragan of Esfrost shall also be in attendance.
Indeed, he has been appointed to oversee operations at the Grand Norzelian mines. I understand his star in Esfrost has seen a meteoric rise.
Good. I would like to hear more of this new explosive substance he means to use to blast the tunnels. As a fellow scholar of sorts, if in a different field, I am always curious to learn how great discoveries are made.
He should have arrived by now. Has anyone seen him?
Dragan's gone to see the city. He was halfway there before the gangplank landed on the docks.
Ah, he is your cousin, yes. I see we share an innate curiosity for new places.
The banquet will begin soon. I shall seek him out and escort him there.
Very good. Though I will host tonight's festivities, I want you to act as if you're already Lord of the House. Our guests are the most esteemed personages of their respective nations. Take care not to cause offense.
Of course, Father.
Lord Dragon could be anywhere. I suppose this is as good as an opportunity as any to speak with the common folk. The flow of the game comprises multiple phases. In addition to story scenes and battles, there will also be an exploration phase. In this phase, you may move freely about areas to gather information from people around you, obtain items, review mechanisms and terrain features that may serve you in battle, and more. Left stick walk run, direction buttons run, hold B or R to dash. To end the exploration phase and continue with the story, press the plus button. I've been tasked with attending you at the ceremony tomorrow, my lord. May it be a joyous occasion for all. I'm eager to hear your speech, and even more eager to see your triumph at the tourney. I sense you may have some questions regarding this joint mining venture. Allow me to enlighten you. Combining the expertise and manpower of Norzelia's 3 nations, this mine will unearth the newly discovered vein of iron. We hope this will prove beneficial for all parties, providing wealth and prosperity in equal measure. It is said Lord Dragon's knowledge of ironworking is peerless. I could think of none more suited to oversee the mine's development. I heard tell Prince Roland is shirking his duties at the castle once again. Thank heavens that shiftless child isn't in line for the crown. To see the piece we enjoy now. One would never think that, but 30 years ago our realm was engulfed in war. The Saltire War seems not but a far-off nightmare now. By your request, Benedict and I shall take part in the tourney. May we bring victory to House Wolffort. Greetings, my lord. My friends and I are playing hide and seek. Added Marvels of Norzella, Volume 2, or Volume 12 to notes. You will find notes as the game progresses. These notes have no direct effect on the story, but they will help you better understand Nozelia and its history. View the notes you've collected at any time by selecting War Chronicle Notes from the main menu. Volume 8. It's a little weird moving around in this isometric view, but perfectly serviceable. Plays really well. Stealing the commoner's money. Oh boy. HP recovery tablet. There's been nothing to miss, my lord. Another quiet day. The most esteemed personages from each nation will be attending the ceremony. I hear a veritable melting pot of politics. Such an opportunity to meet and speak with your peers must not be wasted, my lord. A lot of folk have come to town for a ceremony. I even saw a man earlier wandering about in wide-eyed wonder. I still can't believe Travis and his feral spawn attacked your dear bride-to-be like that. I'm just glad we got there before any real harm could be done, my lord. This town is prosperous and its people have faith in their lord. An impressive achievement in my experience. You're too kind, Lord Dragon. My apologies, but you are? The apology should be mine. I'm Serenoa Wolffort. I've come to remind you to return to the castle before the banquet begins. Certain parties were quite insistent. Of course, I appreciate the consideration. I would like to explore the town a while longer, but rest assured I shall be punctual in my arrival. I must make ready for the wedding ceremony. What gift would best suit the union of you and Lady Frederica? It's an impossible choice. Perhaps an audience with Lord Simon will spark inspiration. We're playing hide and seek till Doc comes home. I need to find a place to hide, and quick. To hurt yourself, your father wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you. One of my favorite games. Barrels were always my favorite place to hide. It takes a clever mind to hide. Perhaps you can use that cleverness to help your father when you're older. Dad's always saying he can't wait to show me the ropes. I'm certain he'll be happy to. I'm certain you'll be happy to learn. If it makes Dad happy, then I'll learn whatever I need to. My husband works from dawn till dusk at the port, lifting crates and who knows what else. It's honest work, though, and the backbone of our livelihood besides. There's no rest for a young lordling. All eyes will be upon you in the coming days. Frederica and I shall make every effort to learn the lay of the land, so that we might share the weight of your duties. It's just like him to gallivant off with nary word of farewell. Still, I suppose this is a chance to become acquainted with my future home now. How would you describe your town, Serenoa? To know a town, you must take time to relish her company. That's what Eritor told me, in perhaps more colorful words. It is the port at the center of commoners, a town built on taxes, but not at the expense of fair trade. Wolffort is nestled safely behind the castle walls. It is a town at peace and sets an example for the rest of the kingdom. Oh, that one. Indeed, this place truly is alive with the sound of coins changing hands and deals being struck. Wolffort lies in between Glenbrook and his aunt, and merchants from near and far come here to sell their wares. It is the beating heart of our domain, and it is my duty to ensure the safety of all within. And you administer your duty well, I see. The people are happy. Of that, there can be no doubt. You have given me much to consider. I think I said it right. We talked to everybody. We take all the glowing things. Banquet will begin soon. Lord Dragon and I best not arrive late. At the banquet.
I thank you for your hospitality today, Lord Serenoa.
Alright, just 1 minute.
think nothing of it. Did you enjoy the city, Lord Dragan?
Quite. Its people are full of life and love for their lord. That says all I need to know about House Wolffort.
You honor us with your words.
I am only being frank. Frederica is the sister of the Archduke, after all, and my cousin besides. I would not see her marry into an unworthy house. Suffice to say, my expectations were exceeded.
I have heard much of your ingenious contributions to the mining efforts. I sense prosperous days are ahead of us.
As do I. Finally, our nations enter into an age unfettered by war. With Esfrost's iron, Hyzan's salt, and Glenbrook's mediation, there is no limit to what we can achieve. We must regard each other as equals, and forge mutually beneficial relationships.
I sense skepticism in your words, Lord Dragan. Do you mean to imply our relations are not already mutually beneficial?
I need not imply anything. The salt tax you claim makes my case more than clear.
Bold words from one so young. Is that how peers speak to one another?
Perhaps the young ones, yes. What do you think, Lord Serenoa?
Dissatisfaction with the salt tax was one cause of the war, was it not?
Salt is a divine boon, a gift from the goddess to her true believers. This is the foundation of the teachings that guide us in Hyzant. By allying with Esfrost, do you mean to gainsay our most fundamental beliefs?
Of course not, Minister. We understand that the source is Norzelia's sole supply of salt. And we would not deny that it is the Holy State's right to harvest and tax it as you see fit.
Thank you for acknowledging that. Though it strikes me that your words are measured.
You needn't be so non-committal, Lord Serenoa. It is only reasonable that the three of us have differing opinions on the matter. However, that is all the more reason for us to be open to frank discussion.
Honored guests, pray forgive my son. We of House Wolffort are but simple warriors. I'm afraid matters of finance and politics do not come to us naturally. This, however, I can say. We will fight injustice and tyranny wheresoever it may be. Of course, we do not enjoy conflict. Still, we will not hesitate to defend our land and our people should the need arise. No matter how mighty the threat, we will fight for home and kingdom.
Yes, Lord Simone. Of that we are keenly aware.
I apologize if I spoke out of turn. But the fact remains that as every winter passes, the tension between our nations grows, and salt is the cause. The common folk have all but forgotten its taste. I simply want to ease their suffering.
The ministry I oversee is committed to the preservation of life. I personally believe that salt should not be a luxury reserved for the privileged few. All those who live require it, not just those lucky enough to be born within the borders of our holy state.
You agree with me, then?
How I feel matters little. In Hyzant, the word of the goddess, as conveyed to us from the lips of the Hierophant, is absolute. But perhaps this joint mining venture of yours may lead to the change you seek.
Indeed, we must set our gazes to the future. All of us. I expect you will be the ones to usher us into a new era.
Yes, Father.
Let's see. The children of the crown speak of their father, King Rigna.
Father spoke not a single word to me today. Before long, I fear I might forget the sound of his voice.
Please, sister, you weep and wail like a common girl. Show some composure. Father has a kingdom to rule, a kingdom engaged in a historic endeavor. He has more important duties than to pamper a spoiled child.
Yes, of course, brother.
You speak as if Father's duties include anything more than licking the boots of these dignitaries. It is inconceivable he cannot spare the time to break bread with his daughter.
You speak out of insolence and ignorance, Roland.
I speak only the truth. He leaves all the cumbersome tasks to the Wolfforts and Minister Patriot.
A king's word is to be obeyed.
And what of his subjects? Do they exist simply to bring him glory? To take the blame for his failures?
They are to serve as he sees fit.
The hell they are.
Believe as you wish. Speaking of his subjects, it appears lordship of House Wolffort will be passed down to young Serenoa.
What?
How fortunate for you to have a friend in the new lord. Best not take loyalty for granted, however. House Wolffort is obedient enough for now, but that can change as quickly as the wind. Use them well when you can, but be ready to bring down your fist if they dare to rise above their station.
Don't speak of them like lapdogs. They're not servants. They're my friends.
Do you really think to lead with such a soft heart? You are not fit to wear the royal signet.
Oh, stop this fighting at once. You frighten me.
Enough of this.
Where are you going, brother?
To train with Sir Maxwell. I would clear my head. There is a tourney on the morrow, after all.
Brother...
I yield.
Your spear wavers, my prince. Something weighs on your mind.
You've always been able to see through me.
It's no great feat. Your heart lies ever on your sleeve.
Do I hear disapproval in your voice?
Not exactly, my prince. It can be a weakness, yes, but it can also be your strength. After all, sometimes a direct strike is most effective at piercing a formidable defense.
I will take those words to heart, Sir Maxwell. Thank you for today.
The pleasure was mine. I expect a good fight from you tomorrow. In the final match, no doubt.
I take the field with House Wolffort. Together, I have no doubt we can emerge triumphant.
Ah, that would explain your improvement. Young Serenoa is a worthy training partner. Even so, I have no doubt you've held your own against him. Tomorrow you shall show the realm what I already know. That you are a warrior worthy of your family's legacy.
Sir Maxwell, Sometimes I wish I wasn't a prince. Sometimes I wish I'd been born your son instead.
Surely you jest, Your Highness. Your father is a great king, and an even greater man. It is an honor to serve him as I do.
Apologies. I forget myself. I must have taken quite a blow. Anyhow, I suppose I should rest till the morrow. Be well, Sir Maxwell.
It cannot be easy being the youngest prince. To have others expect nothing from you, yet still shake their heads in disapproval. But you can rise above this, my prince. Seize your chance and lay everyone's doubts to rest once and for all.
Is that it? Yeah, okay. Well, let's move on to the main story. The banquet ends without incident and everyone breathes a sigh of relief. Dragon, however, has something on his mind.
Now that's what I call a feast. You've landed quite the catch, Frederica. He is a good man. I can see it in his eyes.
You are too kind, Lord Dragan.
And humble as well. Are you impressed as I, Frederica?
I can tell that your heart is pure and gentle, my lord.
Lady Frederica,
Forgive me if I caused offense. I thought only to return your sincerity and kind.
no apologies are needed. I am happy to meet your approval.
Thank you, my lord.
Words come so easily to the both of you. A perfect match.
Forgive my curiosity. What sort of life did Lady Frederica lead in Esfrost?
Her life? Truth be told, my dear Serenoa, not a pleasant one. Those of Rosellan blood are looked down upon in Esfrost, even if they are the daughter of the Archduke's concubine. Gustadolf's full siblings are the worst of the lot. They have not a shred of human compassion between them. They cruelly bully the girl endlessly, regardless of time or place.
Is this...
True? Of course it is. I know Frederica's suffering all too well. My own father lived ever in the shadow of his elder brother, the former Archduke. Our house, too, is met with sneers by those who consider themselves our betters. But no more! I shall show all those simpering fops that it is not birth that makes greatness, but deeds. And so I did my due research at the archives, that my grand invention shall blast our way forward.
Dragan, please. I believe you've had enough to drink.
You can hardly blame me for availing myself of Glenbrook's finest libations, brought by traders from the realm over. Each cask more exotic than the last. Why, to not partake would be an affront to our newfound allies.
Just make sure your head is clear for tomorrow. Or have you forgotten you're meant to be representing your nation?
Yes, a ceremony to usher in a new age of harmony and prosperity. I am too young to have known the war, so I see our three nations joining hands more as a matter of expedience. But what of you, my kin-to-be? How do you see our grand cooperative venture?
Let's see, it is the first step towards true harmony among our three nations. I welcome it. It will benefit all nations involved. I see nothing wrong with that. It is impossible to understand each nation's motivations. I can't say whether this bodes well. I'll be in the middle here.
It will benefit all nations involved. I see nothing wrong with that.
Indeed. I didn't know you had such a mercantile mind, Serenoa.
Coin drives the hearts of men and nations alike. I suspect all parties wouldn't be so eager to join hands if not for the promise of profit. And when we're all able to fill our coffers, perhaps we can finally let go of old grudges.
A sensible perspective. I didn't know you had such a practical mind. In any event, it is always good to have another perspective on matters. Let me tell you what I believe. I believe we're on the cusp of a great achievement. As always, it is the young who must bear the burden of building the future. Old shoulders are frail, old minds stubborn. Whatever lies in our future, those who make it will mark their names in history. And mine will be written large for all to see! And I would write yours next to it, my dear cousin. Pray, come visit me at the mines once operations are underway, and I shall...
Dragan, are you quite all right?
Worry not, Frederica. I'm just a bit tipsy. Perhaps I should just lie.
I hear you, Dragan. I feel the same way.
It would seem Lord Dragan has turned in for the night.
Quite the passionate fellow, isn't he?
He's never been one to hide his ambition, ever since we were little. Neither does he hide his disapproval of my brother and Trueborn's siblings.
Feelings which you share?
I grant it would be satisfying to see the sneers of those who look down on me wiped from their faces. But I also agree with Lord Simone, that we must set our gazes to the future. Though I know not yet how I might best serve in this new age, I would do what I can.
We are of the same mind in that regard, my lady. Let us ease the weight of each other's burdens.
Please, call me Frederica. We are to be husband and wife after all.
Of course, my... Frederica. Pray call me Serenoa as well. We should carry your cousin to his chambers. Will you help me, Frederica?
Certainly, Serenoa. Let us take care not to wake him, lest he resume his prattle.
Wolffort Castletown Cemetery.
Benedict. I thought I might find you here.
My lord.
Did you tell her that Serenoa would soon be taking over as lord of our house?
Forgive me, my lord. I did not think to...
Save your apologies, Benedict. Doubtless she was overjoyed to hear it from you. Destra always did trust you above all her advisors. As do I. For 30 years you have served my house better than I ever could have asked for.
You honor me, my lord.
My lord? I suspect this will be the last night I will hear those.
My lord, I will call for a healer at once.
Do not bother, Benedict. It will avail me not. You know as well as I how my heart now fails me.
My lord.
And so I entrust Serenoa to you. For our house, pray heed this old man's final order.
Certainly. I will live to serve your son until I breathe my last.
Did you hear that, Destra? Our boy is in good hands. My old dear friend, long have we stood together.
I will not let you down, my lord.
I'll say, Simon gathers the members of House Wolffort to announce his abdication.
My beloved son, Serenoa, will oversee the matters of our house from this day forward. I expect you to serve him as dutifully as you served me.
Of course, Lord Simone.
Aye, my lord. Our undying loyalty to House Wolffort.
My son, listen well. The Lord's judgment shapes the fates of his kin and subjects alike. Responsibility for their well-being now falls on your shoulders. You must lead them well.
Yes, Father. I shall keep those words close to my heart. To that end, I require wise counsel. Together, you possess a wealth of experience. As Lord of House Wolffort, it is my duty to consider the best course from every perspective afforded me. I shirk not from this responsibility. At the same time, I would be a fool to not seek guidance from those more traveled than I. For my house and my people, I trust I can rely on you.
Well spoken, my son. I dare say you are more than ready to receive this.
The Scales of Conviction, a holy relic, said to be blessed by the deities of old.
It was gifted to our family by the King of Glenbrook. From this day on, I entrust it to you. However, it is of little use without these.
Coins. 7 of them.
Tokens of conviction, we call them. Give one each to only your most trusted retainers and allies. They will guide you when the path is darkest. Their words will illuminate the pitfalls ahead. Heed well the advice of your friends and subjects. Choose your steps carefully. Such has been the way of our house, and such you must see it always shall be.
I will, Father. I shall treasure these gifts and make wise use of them in times of need.
Very good. Now do your duty, my son.
We await your orders, my lord.
We depart for the capital at once. May this ceremony be but the first of many joyous occasions ahead of us.
For House Wolffort!
And so the stewardship of House Wolffort passes from father to son. Lord Simone Wolffort, beloved throughout Glenbrook, entrusts the future to young Serenoa. With the ceremony to mark the beginning of the joint mining venture and a tourney on the horizon, the Wolfforts set forth to the Crown City. With no heroic deeds yet to his name, the new Lord Wolffort sets his eyes on the proving grounds, eager to show his worthiness.
My home castle gardens.
The Lord Simone will step down. I suppose the time comes for us all to pass on the torch eventually. What wisdom has your father bestowed upon you?
He has told me what it means to be lord of a house.
Very good. Serenoa of House Wolffort. The crown of Glenbrook now looks to you for loyal service and brotherhood.
Yes, your majesty. I shall not disappoint.
I dare you to say that again, Thalis.
Must you make me repeat myself? I am the Prime Minister of Esfrost. I and I alone am fit to represent our nation. Go push your papers in the shadows like the minor lordling's son you are.
You would shame me? You, who would be nothing if not for your high birth. Your ineptitude is mocked by noble and commoner alike.
Dragan, you forget yourself.
You both forget yourselves.
Frederica?
If you must bray at each other, then do so back home. Your bickering will bring shame upon our nation.
Such strong words, sister. Do you think you're above us now that you're being wed to mighty House Wolffort?
Please, Erica.
My apologies, but the ceremony will begin soon. I asked the delegates of each nation to make their preparations.
And you must be Serenoa Wolffort. Well, I suppose we should bother the happy couple no longer. Well done, Frederica. I see you've inherited your mother's wiles. She always did have a way with men.
Too bad you also inherited her hair. That sickly pink makes me want to retch.
Pray forgive my cousins, Lord Serenoa, and forgive me if I was out of line.
Those two, they were...
Phallus and Erica Esfrost. Full brother and sister to Archduke Gustadolf. And my half-siblings.
I see. Well, I hope that we can all come together for the sake of our grand endeavor.
Very intriguing. This really is a sequel to Final Fantasy Tactics, which has, long been missed. We're not throwing fucking snowballs in a children's field like Tactics 2. Now, Smithy's not available from the encampment. Lighthome Castle Gardens.
My honored guests, I am pleased to announce that operations at the Grand Norzelian mines have commenced in earnest.
The Earth has yielded treasures more magnificent than even we had anticipated. May the mines endure for many years as a symbol of prosperity for all of our nations.
Well said. With Hyzant's salt and capital, Esfrost's ingenuity, and Glenbrook's raw materials and manpower, our realm's future is bright indeed. It is a partnership built on 3 pillars, each bearing equal weight. We owe a debt of gratitude for all who have supported this grand venture. A particular note is Lord Dragan, whose knowledge has allowed us to so swiftly see our labor bear fruit. And House Wolffort, whose mediation has proved invaluable in forming this accord. May their deeds be forever remembered by history. Let us raise our cups and toast to their health and happiness.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
Lord Serenoa is smiling from ear to ear. Shame his parents couldn't be here to see this.
Do not get too swept away in the moment, Eridor. We have a job to do here, and the day has only begun.
Now that the formalities are done with, let the festivities begin. Step forward, Sir Maxwell.
So, this is the one they call the Dawn Spear.
Glenbrook's fiercest warrior. They say he has never known defeat.
I would take the measure of this man.
Now that the foundations for peace have been laid, let us be stifled by rigid formality no longer. There is a tourney to be had, after all. A much more entertaining event than my endless speeches.
Hear, hear! Hear, hear!
Will any among you prove a match for our Sir Maxwell, the champion of our previous challenge? I very much look forward to finding out. Until then, Help yourselves to our hospitality and our wine.
Eat, drink, and be merry. It shall not be long until final preparations are complete.
Our time is nigh, Serenoa. Ah, but I forget myself. Our time is nigh, Lord Wolffort. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. But living up to the title will be no easy task.
You'll do your father proud, I'm sure. Unlike some of us.
Have more faith in yourself, friend. You too shoulder the future of the kingdom after all. There's no time for self-pity. Prince's subjects mustn't hear him talking like that. Come, preparing for the tourney will take your mind off your worries. Yeah, how about that? Obi.
Have more faith in yourself, my friend. After all, you too shoulder the future of the kingdom.
I wonder if Glenbrook will truly flourish thanks to anything I do.
Of course it will. It already has. Besides, House Wolffort is at your back.
My apologies. And thank you. I shall strive to be worthy of your support.
You two are quite the pair, aren't you?
Fast friends from the day we met. And you are?
Apologies for not introducing you sooner. This is Huette of the Kingsguard.
I am tasked with keeping His Highness safe, though he often seems to resent it. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you, Lord Wolffort.
Ah, Prince Roland has told me much about you. I can see he is in good hands.
I shall see that it is so, my lord.
Now let us begin our preparations. Today we take the field, and today
we claim victory.
Roland and Huette join your forces. Roland's aptitude, a melee warrior with range, strikes foes 2 squares in front of him with his spear. His steed grants him exceptional mobility. Huette's aptitude rains arrows down on foes from the back of a hawk. Easily traverses terrain with large elevation changes. The higher the ground, the greater her range. I'd best greet our guests. It would also give me a chance to take the measure of my soon-to-be opponents. Sleep recovery. Soon you will lead your first foray into battle. Lady Frederica and I shall experience true combat for the first time. Do you have any stratagem in mind for the tourney? It may be but a tourney, but defeat will bring shame to us. I intend to do whatever I must to win. Our house fights with honor. There shall be no tricks, but we will offer our opponents no quarter. You handled yourselves admirably when the bands attacked. I expect your magic will be key to our victory. How about that? I say you intend to charge headlong into your first battle. Indeed, the strategy may lack subtlety, but it is honest. In times of peace, it would not do to rely on deceitful tactics. How we comport ourselves on the battlefield shall be a reflection of our conduct outside of it. I intend to make others know House Wolffort can be trusted. Very wise, my lord. If peace between nations is to continue, the role of warriors must change with the times. However, you mustn't forsake the legacy you have inherited. I believe the course you have chosen weaves a delicate path through the two ideals. You carry your father's legacy on your shoulders, young lord. Eager I am to see how it fits you. I've trained the prince since he was scarcely old enough to hold a spear. I have a great interest in seeing his performance at the tourney. Let's see, Maxwell Trier, the strongest warrior of Glenbrook, also known as the Dawn Spear. He was appointed the kingdom's master of arms by Regna, who recognized his skills in combat. Regna Glenbrook, the current king of Glenbrook. He is reserved as the wise king who brought this Salt Iron War to its end, he launches the joint mining venture between the three nations as its coordinator. Lord Serenoa, congratulations on your recent appointment. Silvio Tellior, the Lord of House Tellior, one of Glenbrook's high houses. His distant domain lacks the fighting power of the other two houses, but has been entrusted with safeguarding the king's precious reservoir. The news of Lord Simon's abdication was sudden, to be sure, but all lords must give up their position in time. Still, I am certain having the immense responsibility thrust upon you at such a young age must be trying indeed. If you ever require counsel or simply a sympathetic ear to bend, do not hesitate to call upon House Tellior. Is it true that General Avlor will be taking the field in the tourney? Dragon Esfrost, after his father, Svarog, was all but relegated to life on the Esfrost Outlands, he dedicated himself to his studies in the archives in hopes of restoring his family's honor. He is a young genius who discovered how to make explosives. The right hand of the Archduke, rivaled by her lord in ferocity. I doubt she judges a friendly competition to be worthy of her abilities. Still, if she lives up to her reputation, then she shouldn't have to try hard to prove a match for even the mightiest warrior. Congratulations on your recent appointment as Lord. I'm sure the entire realm will celebrate the occasion. Lila Weiskraft, one of the Saintly Seven. She is a woman of superior intellect who was appointed overseer of the Ministry of Medicine. Lord Simon has ever been a dear friend to us. Pray do not hesitate to come to us in times of need. You are now the Lord of House Wolffort, yes? I have seen you from afar, but I believe this is the first time I've had the pleasure of speaking with you. Exham Martial, one of the Saintly Seven. He is a knight who showed promise at a young age and was subsequently entrusted with the nation's military matters. Even now, the common folk sing your house's bravery during the Salt Iron War. However, I suspect it shan't be long before they sing of House Martial's deeds instead. Look forward to seeing you at the tourney, Lord Serenoa. I am Sorcery Ande, but I'm sure you know that. I have the honor of being one of the Saintly Seven. Sorcery Ande, the Saintly Seven's Minister of Salt. He manages all things related to the source from which the Holy State's wealth springs. The duties of a young lordling are many, but I trust you are more than capable. May this mine bring prosperity to us all. Such a massive endeavor is bound to be fraught with danger. If you or yours ever require medical treatment, pray visit the Ministry of Medicine. We are blessed with the finest medical minds in Norzelia, but our facilities aren't open to just anyone. Mention my name, however, and every service shall be at your disposal. I've heard tell of the Ministry. It is said that even the most grievous wounds can be treated there. I'd very much like to see how such miracles are performed. As the game progresses, you can uncover information that will unlock additional responses in future conversations. You may view the knowledge you've amassed thus far by selecting War Chronicle information from the main menu. Young Lord Wolffort, thank you for the honor of including me among such esteemed company. Claudius Broker, a merchant who travels among the realm's nations as a member of the Norzelia Consortium, an independent and neutral organization that manages the trade of iron and salt. Each face I see is more impressive than the last. Even members of the Saintly Seven have deigned to step foot upon our shores. Of course, I have had many dealings with Hyzant in the past. I am taken to understand all are equal in the eyes of their goddess, and even those not of noble birth can achieve prestigious stations. I intend to use this opportunity to avail myself of this famed equality, and perhaps win the ear of a saint in the process. A country where station is decided not by birth? I was not aware Hyzant's goddess was so equitable in her judgment. I would very much like to make time to visit. Stories of Minister Exham's skill have reached even the lips of my servants. I very much look forward to learning the truth of these tales. My lord, before the tourney begins, I would like to ask you a single question. Didn't we talk about Benedict before? Yeah, we did. To what end do you believe this contest is being held? It's a chance for all three nations to gather and celebrate. Although the battles may be bloodless, victory is sweet all the same. In times of peace, there are precious few chances to display martial prowess. I mean to remind people of House Wolffort's legacy. It may appear to be more entertainment, but reputations are at stake. If we show weakness, then it'll be noted by all in the audience. Just so, my lord. Each nation will show their strength and take the measure of the others in turn. It will be a test of skill as well as mettle. I'll not treat it lightly. Very good. It shall be the first of many tests to come, I am sure. Yeah, it's like super relaxing, like mall music. Kitty. It's an honor to be allowed to fight by House Wolffort's side. I shall do my utmost to bring honor to you on the battlefield. Hewitt Buckler, a relatively new member of the King's Guard entrusted with Roland's protection. Oh, okay, we did this already. It's nice that you can just do it any time. With you by my side, friend, I feel we could take on the entire realm. I dare say we may even give the Dawnspear his first taste of defeat. Look how fast that is. I'm glad they added a fast option. It would be kind of rough to just play that same low speed all the time. Let us hope the tourney brings the same thrills as last year's. I won't soon forget the final bout between Lord Simon and the Dawnspear. Aye, it was a match for the histories. 'Tis a shame Lord Simon won't be here to have another go at it. His son is representing House Wolffort this year, I hear. I don't reckon one so green can stand against the likes of the Dawnspear, but I've seen stranger things. Today, I fight by Sir Maxwell's side in the tourney. I could not envision a greater honor than this. May we cross swords, Lord Serenoa, and may the fight be one to remember. You must be Lord Wolffort. I am Patriarch of House Consor. By King Ragnar's grace, we were chosen above all others to attend this momentous ceremony. 'Tis an honor, truly. A nobleman whose name has long been known throughout Glenbrook. He leads the Royalists, a faction that supports the royal family, and dutifully tends to the kingdom's political matters and as minister. Look how friendly he is, boy. Boy, that guy's not evil at all, huh? As we have all, we owe to our king. Let us continue to serve him as well as we can. Your first tourney as Lord of your house, eh? I knew the day would come, but it still brings tears to my eyes to see it. Always remember that Benedict and I are at your back, my lord. Come to us for whatever you need. Eridor Ballantine, we did cover him, I think. That includes the tourney. You need someone in the dirt, my lord? I'm your man. Let's show him what stuff House Wolffort is made of. Lord Serenoa, Benedict has been looking for you. Ah, but it seems you have already spoken. And Pascal, an expert. Oh, that's right, yeah. I've never seen a woman, or a man for that matter, quite like Minister Lila. Beautiful, elegant, and brilliant. What I wouldn't give to serve under someone like her. Word has it her new assistant is a strapping young researcher, said to be well versed in ice magic. Ah, I knew I should have spent more time into my books instead of in the training guard. I'd very much like to see the skill of Minister Lila's new assistant for myself. Perhaps I will, and sooner rather than later. I hear the Bloody Shield himself will be fighting on behalf of Esfrost during this year's tourney. He's the captain of the Duchy's elite Hawk Riders and a fierce Hawk Shield himself. I look forward to seeing the man in action. passed a group of soldiers clad in black armor on the way here. Are those Esfrost's storied black irons? I mean to question any Esfrost I can about the archives. It is said that within the archive's countless tomes lies the answer to any and all questions that have ever been asked. You need only seek them out. A house of boundless magic, or a house of boundless knowledge. That certainly is something I'd like to see with my own eyes. You're from House Wolffort, yes? Your reputation is formidable, to be sure, but Esfrost's military is second to none. Day and night we train, and I dare say even our rank and file would be a match for any other army's elite troops. Why, just the other day we managed to capture a particularly dangerous smuggler. He was as swift as a horse and as deadly with a bow as any man alive. I even broke a bone in the process. His skill would have doubtless made him a capable soldier. It's a wonder what desperate paths our choices sent us down. The soldiers here are obedient, I'll give them that. I can't say the same for Esfrost's military. For better or worse, in Esfrost we value freedom over all else. Those with a drive to succeed naturally rise to the top. Though your kingdom's lords and ladies might view us as a rabble of ambitious upstarts. We aren't beholden by tradition in Esfrost. If you've ever any interest in seeing what true freedom looks like, you're welcome any time. A country where one is judged by ability and not birth certainly has produced some formidable personages. I shall have to visit whenever time allows. Serenoa Wolffort, how good to see you again so soon. Thalas Esfrost, Archduke Gustadolf's younger brother. He was appointed Prime Minister at a young age and is the second most powerful man in Esfrost. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Thalas Esfrost at your service. I suppose soon I shall be calling you my brother-in-law. This is quite the castle you have, full of history and great deeds. Hope that one day fate sees it fit to deliver me one so grand. I suppose we haven't formally met yet. I'm Erica Esfrost. Archduke Gustadolf's younger sister. Unlike her older brother, she judges others based on their lineage and greatly dislikes those not from her family's main line. Yes, Federica is my sister, although I hardly think of her as such. This country is old, for lack of a better word. I'm certain it will fit her sensibilities perfectly. A predictable match with a predictable outcome. Avlora, a woman orphaned by war. She toiled to earn the rank of general and is known as the strongest in Esfrost, her skill acknowledged by even the Archduke himself. I think we talked to everyone, didn't we? Yeah. The tourney will begin soon. I'd best head back. Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You've been watching Triangle Strategy running on Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I mean, obviously we don't have any gameplay in this episode, but we did cover a lot of story and learned all about the characters, or at least most of them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to how this plot unfolds. I'm sure there'll be lots of blood and betrayals, because, like I said, that's what the original Final Fantasy Tactics was, and, you know, unfortunately what was shied away from Tactics A2. But yeah, this is definitely a return to form for Squaresoft and Final Fantasy and their Tactics line of games. You know, that also encompassing the Enix side, which was you know, really the first game of its kind like this, Tactics Ogre. I hope we get more games like that as well from the Ogre Battle series. But in the meantime, yeah, definitely play this and purchase this for yourself. It's well worth your time and money. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you at the next stream.